Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta because the streets are hot, y'all. The streets are hot. And we have a Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker divorce update, y'all. And this is interesting because to me, this is telling me, since this is going to get nasty anyways, it don't matter whether or not any divorce records are going to be sealed or unsealed or confidential or not. Because check out this People exclusive, you guys. Kandi Burruss discovered Todd Tucker was talking to other women behind her back before split. She had, quote, no idea. No. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star announced that she was splitting from husband Todd Tucker on November 21st, you guys. New allegations are emerging about Kandi Burruss' shocking split from Todd Tucker. Kandi and Todd had been having marriage problems for a while now. Kandi was not happy because she found out Todd had been talking to other women behind her back. A source tells People exclusively she had no idea. I think there's more to this story. A rep for Burruss has not commented, and Tucker has not responded to requests for a comment from People. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star confirmed to People exclusively that she filed for a divorce from Tucker on Friday, November 21st. Days later, Burruss 49 hosted an Amazon Live and shared the insight into her recent split from Tucker 52. Right now, it's a pretty crazy time, the singer-songwriter said. She also answered a fan's question about how she's been feeling and candidly shared, I'm going to be very honest with you, I am up and down, according to a video recording shared on X. Obviously, going through a divorce is definitely not the easiest thing, she continued. Sometimes you're cool, then sometimes you have your moments of sadness, she added. Burruss said that there are moments that she wants to reply to online comments. I'm all over the place, she said. Later adding sometimes things just don't work out. It is just what it is. She also said she wanted to celebrate the couple's two wonderful, beautiful children, son Ace, 9, and daughter Blaze, 6. I have no regrets. Despite their split, Burruss said that she and Tucker spent the Thanksgiving holiday together as a family just days after they celebrated Blaze's 6th birthday together on Saturday, November 22nd. Back in 2020, during a couples therapy session on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Burruss and Tucker admitted that their busy work schedules had taken a toll on their relationship. Tucker said, we love each other to death, but we just haven't had time to be happy lately. Not happy lady, happy lately, Burruss added. For me, it typically spawns from something work-related. They also confessed that intimacy in their marriage had declined, with Burruss admitting it's not as good as it used to be, she said. Not saying the sex ain't good, but meaning we haven't been having sex that much. There was also a previous clip that resurfaced about how they were only having sex like once a week, and Todd was complaining about Kandi wearing a bonnet and stuff, and he was like, I'm no Tyson Bedford, he was like, I'm no Tyson Bedford, and you're no Rihanna, or whatever else, and Kandi was like, I know Rihanna look good and all, but like, you don't gotta come at me that way. And she was like, you're no Idris Elba. No. So with them confessing the intimacy in their marriage that had declined, with Burruss admitting it's not as good as it used to be, not saying the sex ain't good, but meaning we haven't been having sex that much, the pair acknowledged that their increasingly overlapping business and personal lives had created emotional distance. The exes met while filming the 4th season of Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2011 and announced their engagement in January of 2013. They tied the knot the following year in April. Their wedding theme was the comedy classic Coming to America after the couple met in Africa. In Burris's exclusive statement to People, she shared, "This is a difficult and emotional time, but my focus remains on protecting my peace, being the best mother I can be, and co-parenting with love and respect. I am stepping into a new chapter, pouring into my work, my family, and my own growth." Burris continued, "I'm grateful for everyone who has supported us throughout the years, and I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding as we navigate this transition with our family," you guys. So what are my thoughts of this? What do I think of this? I think that somebody saw the support that Todd was getting online, y'all. I think some people are seeing some of these attorneys, some of these legal experts that are, skewing some things in Todd's favor or giving Todd some pointers and everything else about how potentially this divorce proceedings can go. And Kandi was like, Kandi thought her response to Todd's response was going to quiet the noise, right? That if he's asking for primary custody, let me ask for primary custody, right? Let me amend my original divorce filing and let me make sure you still reinforce that prenup, right? But still, people are talking, right? All right, so let me file this motion that we can seal the documents, that we can get this, be confidential, right? Because in Todd's, answer, he said, listen, look here, do not hide anything that's tangible or intangible. And that includes any assets, any properties, or moving stuff around, or this or that. But Kandi, you said it yourself that you're worldwide. You said it yourself that you're embedded in people's brain. You know what I'm saying? So none of the less, I don't know on what planet you thought that anything pertaining to this divorce and this breakup was going to be kept on the hush. That any of this was going to be kept private. No. Because here's the thing. People are trying to see if Todd is about to make out like Kevin Federline did with Britney Spears. People are trying to see if Todd is about to make out like Kendall did against Mary J. Blige. People are trying to say, are you going to be the next Sherry Shepherd? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be the next Kelly Clarkson? That is what people are tuned in for. But I saw from a mile away that Todd had a lot of support. Even before Todd filed his response. The moment that it was announced officially that you guys were divorcing, immediately the Todd support was in full effect, you guys. It was in full effect. And even non-Todd supporters or neutral people to this whole situation were like, listen, we're going to wait for Todd's response, right? We're going to wait to see what it is. Because I think Kandi went into this thinking that this could be amicable, but the way that this got filed, the way that this kind of came out of left field as far as the end of the day, it dropped on people on the 21st that this was the exclusive. I was like, Kandi must have found out something. Kandi must have found out something, and that was the final straw. That they probably had been separated, but they probably still were on good terms and this and that. But I felt that she found out something recently, and that's why she went ahead with the divorce. Because Kandi has said in the past on what she does and doesn't feel are deal breakers, and I don't feel this quote, Todd talking to other women, is necessarily what led to her filing for divorce. I think something more happened. I think this is a breadcrumb, you guys. They are breadcrumbing us and daring us, you know what I'm saying, to, pump the brakes on the Todd support, right? Pump the brakes on thinking Todd and Daddy Daycare and all of this and all of that is a thing, right? Because Kandi's like, listen, look at here. I already debunked the Todd Daddy Daycare stuff because I said we have 2 full-time nannies. And I've got access to my village, to my family that is within 15 to 20 miles of wherever the kids are. You know what I'm saying? So I feel there is a smoking gun. There is a big smoking gun, and Kandi is daring the people to try it. Kandi is daring the people to try it and daring the people to try her, you guys. There is no way this People exclusive is coming out here unless it is not coming from a direct source close to Kandi, who has all the tea, who knows what happened. And this is daring the Todd supporters to continue to put on a parade for this man and congratulate this man before the divorce proceedings have even begun, you guys. Because they're looking at it like, why are all these people supporting Todd when they don't even know what happened? And I remember when Kandi even said on her Amazon Live that people were running with so many narratives and people were, saying all of these different things and making all of these, assumptions or drawing all these conclusions and had all these opinions, but they don't got the tape. This is what is called a warning shot, you guys. This is a warning shot. Before Kandi completely unleashes, before Kandi completely unloads about what is about to happen, right? And either it's going to come out in this divorce, or either it might come out before we even get to the next court date, depending on how things go, because it is giving messier than mess. And we'll have to see whether or not, Randy Kessler, Todd's attorney, if they respond to Kandi's request as well about motions for anything to be sealed or concealed or confidential or anything like that, or if there's anything that Todd responds to Kandi's amended divorce request. It's like I told you, this was going to be a hot mess express from the beginning because Todd has been messy. You know what I'm saying? Todd has been messy. And nonetheless, people are like, oh, Todd is just revealing himself now because, they're getting a divorce. And I'm like, but not so fast. He's kind of been the same person this whole time. He's been, if you watch back all the clips, even back to the wedding, to me, I don't feel like there really has been much of a difference in Todd. The only difference between then and now is there's more money, there's more exposure, there's more clout, there's more success. But again, that is because you're married to Kandi Burruss. You know what I'm saying? But Todd, to me, has been the same. It's just that when you're in it, you guys, if you're in it and you do not want to hear any naysayers about your relationship or about your marriage or whatever else, you're going to do everything in your power to prove them wrong. You're going to do everything in your power to prove that your way is the right way, that you're truly in love and that they're in love with you for you. But I always found it odd when Kandi would make comments about how she didn't like dating men in the industry because of X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, this is not the answer either. But you don't have to, quote unquote, date men in the industry. You just have to date men in your tax bracket that make around the same much as you. That was the whole point. Because what happens is eventually, ultimately, they get resentful. They feel a certain type of way. They feel like, they're your assistant, they're your co-signer. Even if they did all the work and everything else, they get jealous. And it doesn't matter how much work they put into something. If you still have to have any financial backing into it, they're going to call it Kandi Burruss's project. They're going to call it Kandi Burruss production. They're going to everything on the play with the Othello. Who are they calling the producers? They weren't saying Kandi and Todd Tucker. It was Kandi in those articles. But then when you looked at all the producers, Todd's name was on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there has been so many obvious signs of where Todd is complaining and Todd is frustrated and feeling neglected and all of this and all of that. It's been like this, y'all. Todd hasn't changed. He's just now revealing the full terms of the scheme that was set up from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? With the beat to bring us all of the BS, you guys. But this is not over. We'll see whether or not any of Todd's people come out and give any exclusives to People or Us Weekly about Kandi. Or, like I said, is this going to be a warning shot to force Todd to cooperate with the divorce proceedings and cooperate with the prenup, you guys? That is what's going to be interesting here. So, nonetheless, we will see where this goes. But as of now, that is it. That is all. That's todos es final, es finito, is the end of the road, is the end of the line for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.